A restraint chair is for somebody coming in that's physically harming themselves or other people. That's what the restraint chair is for, not because you have a bruised ego and you're upset.
New at 6, Only 11 Alive is speaking with a whistleblower who helped get former Sheriff Victor Hill convicted. Tonight, Hill is vowing to appeal that conviction after he was sentenced today to 18 months in federal prison for violating the civil rights of detainees.
Yeah, right now we're working to learn when Hill will turn himself over to authorities. Beth Yates starts off our team coverage for us tonight.
Well, tonight we're waiting to hear when Victor Hill will turn himself in. But we do know the former sheriff who ran Clayton County Jail will soon become an inmate himself. In October, a jury found Hill guilty of 6 of 7 counts for violating the constitutional rights of Clayton County Jail inmates. Today, U.S. District Judge Eleanor Ross sentenced him to 18 months in prison, followed by 6 years of supervised release and 100 hours of community service. Hill's attorney, Drew Findling, says the sentence is better than the 46 months recommended by prosecutors. And those on both sides, including a resident who was detained and strapped for hours to the restraining chair at the center of this case, are celebrating this as a win.
Some accountability is better than no accountability.
The judge coming down to 18 months and the things that she said was a clear recognition of the uniqueness of this case. This case is a case of first impression in the United States of America.
Now, despite the reduced sentence, Hill's attorney says they will be appealing this decision. They have 14 days to do so. In court, they did not mention when Hill has to turn himself into jail, but of course we'll update you when that information is made available. Beth Yates, 11 Alive News.
Now, in an exclusive interview, the star witness against former Clayton County Sheriff Victor Hill is speaking out. After working for Clayton County, she tells our Caitlin Ross what she saw was just not right. That's why she claims she decided to record the sheriff on video.
Speaking up came at a cost for this police officer. She told me an hour after she testified at the grand jury against former Sheriff Victor Hill, she was demoted and removed from all of her special team assignments. She struggled to find work in the field after she left the department, but still says she has no regrets.
How old are you? 50 years old.
This officer secretly hit record on her cell phone when former Clayton County Sheriff Victor Hill came down to the jail to confront a prisoner, because she says she knew what would happen next.
Everybody was scared. So many people were scared. A lot of people were saying, look, I'm not going to testify. And so I'm like, well, somebody's got to stand up.
She wants to keep her identity secret because she testified against Victor Hill at trial, but says the public deserves to see what he did to people at the jail.
Am I entitled to a fair and speedy trial?
Roll that chair around me. Roll that chair around me. You stay out of Clayton County, you understand me?
Yes, sir.
You sound like a dummy.
It's upsetting. It's really degrading. It's everything that we should be against.
The use of a restraint chair is allowed at the Clayton County Jail for a limited time if the prisoner is a threat to themselves or others. She says this video proves that wasn't the case.
He wasn't combative. He wasn't fighting. He was respectable.
Sir, I'm asking you a third time.
You ain't gonna ask me, Jack. You gonna sit in this
Am I
chair.
entitled to a free and speedy trial?
You entitled to sit in this chair, and you entitled to get the hell out of my county and don't come back. That's what you entitled to.
We live in a world where seeing is believing, hearing is believing.
At trial, the former sheriff pled not guilty, and his attorneys argued he didn't order the restraint chair's use. The jury saw the video and decided otherwise.
Now sit there and see if you can get some damn sense in your head.
She did eventually find a department that saw value in her standing up for what was right. She's since moved up at that agency. She says of the guilty verdict, she thinks the jury got it right.
And we have covered this investigation from the very start. For a full breakdown of how we got here and what's next for the former sheriff, click on this story on 11alive.com.